So yesterday, Donald Trump dropped the Department of Education and Department of Justice collab from hell. This is a coordinated step-by-step federal plan to dismantle trauma-informed, culturally responsive, and equity-based discipline in public schools. In 30 days, the Secretary of Education has to issue new federal guidance to every state and local school system on how they are to handle discipline. In 60 days, the DOJ and the Education Department are going to start coordinating with governors and attorneys general. So yes, it is time to call your state reps again. Notice they're taking things out of the Department of Education and giving them to other departments. In 90 days, the Department of Defense has to rewrite the discipline codes in schools that serve military families. Those schools will be the Trump regime's testing ground for these policies. In 120 days, the White House expects a full report on how discriminatory equity ideology has influenced schools. Because yes, they're using that stupid DEI rebrand again. This order starts by saying the federal government will no longer tolerate risks to children's safety caused by equity-based discipline. Yes, acknowledging racism in school discipline is now considered a threat. They specifically go after Obama's 2014 Dear Colleague letter, which basically said, if your policies are suspending and expelling Black and brown kids way more than white kids for the same behavior, you need to look into why. Because this isn't because Black or brown kids are more disruptive, it's because we've built systems that punish them more, faster, and harsher. And that's just what Obama's guidance was trying to fix, and Biden did continue that work. But Trump's executive order wants to pretend that racism disappears if you just stop measuring it. Remember that logic from COVID testing? Oh, and Trump brings up his 2018 Federal Commission on School Safety again, the one that was formed after the Parkland massacre. But instead of tackling gun access and the NRA, the commission found a way to blame equity. So now we're being told that schools have been covering up misconduct to cover up racial disparities in discipline. There's no evidence for that, by the way. Section 3E, though, gives us 4 steps that they're doing to purge equity. This is a political hit list. It targets every civil rights organization from the Obama and Biden years. They want to undo bias training, restorative discipline, efforts to close racial suspension gaps, and more. They're after the funding for teacher training organizations, LGBTQIA plus support nonprofits, SEL, trauma groups, and any group that helps marginalized kids feel safe at school. This is the plan to replace trauma-informed and culturally responsive practices with neutral ones. And this section loops in RFK Jr. Translation of all of this: obedience, colorblindness, patriarchy, nationalism, Christianity, zero tolerance. Okay, so what do? Screenshot these ideas of what to ask your local school board and superintendent, and this list of what to ask your state education officials and governor. But if you are a parent, an educator, student, or anybody that loves public education, pay attention and keep receipts.